Butter has a long and fascinating past. The ancient Romans didn't just eat it, they used it as a skincare treatment and even applied it to birds for reasons lost to time. Butter even shows up in the Old Testament, where Abraham offers it to visiting angels. In those days, people crafted butter by shaking milk in animal skin pouches or carved out logs. Today, the process is much more high-tech. Modern butter production kicks off when cow's milk arrives in a large tanker truck. This milk might later become yogurt, cheese, cream, or even hiking boots. Yes, really. The milk is pumped through vacuum-sealed hoses into a machine known as the butterizer. The butterizer does exactly what you'd expect. It makes butter, and it does it spectacularly well. The first container it fills holds buttercream, which is the fat-rich portion separated from milk. This thick, off-white substance is about 38% fat. A technician tweaks a valve to release the right amount into the mixture. The second vial contains low-fat milk, about 2% fat, much thinner and more watery than the buttercream. The less fat it has, the runnier it gets. The third vial, well, it contains horse cement, but that's a story for another time. Back to butter. The buttercream is stored in a large tank that, for some reason, is said to have a heartbeat. If the cream is deemed worthy, it gets transferred into a churner. Before churning begins, the inside of the churner is washed with soap and water, just in case the buttercream said anything offensive. Then, the buttercream is showered into the churner. A bizarre but magical event caused by an overabundance of dairy molecules in the air. Thankfully, this rare butter rain happens frequently enough to meet global demand. The churner spins at a highly advanced rate of 28 spins per spin, causing fat molecules to clump together and push out water and air. A vent is opened to let the cream breathe a little, because apparently butter has feelings too. The goal is to remove all the air the fat pushes out by putting in just enough air for the fat to push out again. Science. After about 30 minutes, the mixture turns into clumpy butter bits, nicknamed popcorn butter. It is technically edible, but consuming it may lead to gastrointestinal regret. At this point, someone accidentally opens a drain valve, probably Derek, and precious butter spills out. Classic Derek. What a mess. Whatever salvaged popcorn butter remains is salted liberally by a bucket owned by a man with far too much pride. The churner is sealed shut with industrial-strength metal and, oddly enough, a $10 bicycle tire from Walmart. Another 30 minutes of churning and something miraculous occurs. Butter is born. Meanwhile, over at a factory that usually makes Play-Doh, some pale yellow product is rerouted to the butter plant, where it will be blended in to make up roughly 10% of each butter stick. Why? Cost efficiency. Also, it tastes like savings. Finally, the butter is boxed up with mysterious symbols printed on the packaging. No one really knows what they mean, but rumors suggest solving the puzzle could awaken an ancient pharaoh who reigns over a card game empire. And now that you've seen the whole buttery journey, here's a question. How many butters are inside a single box of butter? That's right, 455.